So hello everyone, in this video we'll be grabbing all the cards which are available in our database for the particular user. So for that we'll be creating a use effect function. Basically in use effect hook we'll be creating a function. So this means when the component is mounted we have to fetch the data. I'll be grabbing the user here, and the user will be from the get user details, as you know that, right? You can also customize it and grab the user ID only if you want, or a particular field that you want, but we'll be grabbing user only, right, let's say, and we'll be checking if user, and if user has an ID, user dot user ID, and if both are there, then you have to call this function, which means get all to-dos, to-do, that will be creating here. Const get all to-do, and it will be an async function that we can specify, and that I'll be adding a try catch block just like in the other functions to catch the errors, and I'll be sending the error message if it is there, like get error message, as you know that. Now I'll be having a response, and I'll be grabbing all the data from to do services, and there is a method called get all to do in which we have to provide the user ID, and the user ID will be nothing but user underscore user ID that we can pass here. Yep, so that is it, and after that I can log this response.data here, and for now let's just see only this way. And in this also one more thing I have to do, that if the user is not there or the user ID is not there, then we'll simply tell the user, or we'll be redirecting the user to the login page so he can log in again. We can log in, and remember we have to create this navigate object because without that it won't work. So this one we can create with the help of use navigate. So this will allow us to redirect the user. So this is it, and yep, that's it. Let's say see what we get as a response. If I see the log, okay, let me just import use effect as well. I didn't import that, I think. Let me just import it. Yeah, now it should be available. Let me just refresh the page. Okay, so it isn't having anything. Okay, also what it is saying, mm, non-boolean attributes class. So this is not our error basically. Why am I not getting anything? Okay, yeah, we have it, right? Get all to do, and we have the user ID. Let me just log it. User user ID. Could also see that, right? Did I add an await? Yeah, it is added. Yeah, the ID is there. Okay. Let me just log out and log in with a John Doe account. Okay, so in this I'm getting, right, You can see I'm getting hello world here. This is a test. Maybe in the other one I might be having some problem. Okay, so test, this is a test. Hello world. Okay, so in this it is logging, right? Let me just see the backend for the John Wick part. John Wick. Yeah, it is not logging that out. 01. ID is 01, but the ID of this one is BE. Okay, so it is grabbing the different user ID. It might be because of two different options I have, right? That is because of that, maybe. John Wick. Okay. So for the John Wick, I don't have anything, right? Let me just create one more thing and then see if it has or not. Let me just create one more task with the account of John Wick. Let me just say John Wick task. This is a test. Okay. Now this is completed. Okay. I see that. Okay, maybe something wrong is in the backend. Let me just check the backend again. For create, am I using the user ID? Oh, sorry. Remember, I got it. You can say I'm not passing the user ID as created by field. Instead, I'm passing it as a user ID field, or that is ignored basically. So I have to pass this in here. I have to pass the field for the creation, not like this. This is not the right way. We have to pass it like I have specified in the model. So I have to pass it like this. And now it will work. If I add one more task, John Wick movie, I have to watch John Wick 4, let's say. Okay, now if I refresh the page, I should see that. Okay, perfect. You can see I'm getting now because earlier I was not sending it as a created by field. Instead, I was sending it as a user ID field. So that was the mistake. We fixed it out. Now what we have to make use of this and we have to store it in a all to do part. So we'll be storing it in all to do part. So all to do and set all to do I can write. I can write all to do and set all to do. Yeah, that will work. Now I can set all to do in response.data. For the response data, I'll be setting my array with this. Now one more thing that this function also be needed in whenever we'll be calling. So like whenever I'm adding the task, I have to refresh the page. The data is not coming. That will be also calling later. So I'll be making this thing outside. Let's do this. Uh, First, let me just create that here. Let me just create the cards first, then we'll think about that. And for the card, I'll be copying the card and the wrapper. So let me just copy, and this I'm doing the search and other things that we'll not be doing for now. We'll be focusing on the search part and the like categorization part later in the video. Let me just first of all grab it and paste it here. So this will be the wrapper class. I'll be adding the class by watching that what class I provided there. Now in this I'll be specifying all to do. Remember we set all to do as our main array of items. In this item should be there, I think. Yeah, item is a variable name. Yeah, item is the variable name. So I have to use item as a variable name. Then I can return, I can specify it like this. Now I have to make you understand about this, that this is a card basically. In this I have provided this item question mark dot underscore id, which is the id we get. You can see this is the id. So this id we are getting. So to distinguish all the cards, we specify this key. So this is basically you have to do when you are using this map function. Then we are creating this a simple header. So this header is there. So in this header, I'll be grabbing the title, or I'll be writing the title and then description, and also the tag which says incomplete or complete. That will be getting from the item itself, because we have the field is completed false or true. That will be making true if the if the status is completed. That will be making later the update part, in the update part. And then I'm specifying the description, and then I'm specifying the footer. In the footer, basically we have the created at field, and I'm using this method, a little utility method you can say, that converts this created at date, because this created at date field will be in timestamps. We cannot directly write this timestamp, and it will be not very clearly readable to the users. So we'll be customizing this created at with the help of a utility function. So that utility function I can show you where I've created. So basically, if I have used this new date feature, and then I'm grabbing the individual date parts and the time part here. So that is for showing the dates clearly, basically. So you can see I'm passing the created at field, and in this I'm generating a new date object, and inside that, like from that object, I'm grabbing the text date or the string based date, and after that I'm grabbing the hour, minute, second, and then in the final date variable I'm combining all of these, and I'm combining the date string at, and then hour, minute, and second, and then I'm returning that. So this return date is basically added here in this tag operator, or basically this tag component. I can grab it, and also I can grab this tooltip. This tooltip is basically allows us to add some tooltip or a message on a particular element when we hover over that, and we can generate a simple message or a tooltip. You can say that what you want to do basically to it. Because we haven't added these methods handle edit and handle delete, so I can create a basic or a dummy function for that. I'll be creating that. Okay, now I can grab this edit outline. Okay, so it is not there because I haven't installed the and design icons as well. So you have to also install the and design icon. So earlier I didn't tell you about that. That these icons for edit, I had the icon of delete. For the delete, I have also another icon which is like a box or a dustbin. For that, you have to install the icons part as well. So that comes and design slash icons. So I think it is like this. Let me one more time just check that. Yeah, and design icons. So this is basically the icon library of and design, by which we can grab the icons component. And I'm installing it in the client folder. You have to install it in there as well. And then let me just create the dummy functions or dummy handle edit. We'll be customizing them in the later videos when we'll be working on the update part and the delete part. Handle edit, and I can write item here, console, let's say item. I can create handle delete is there, and the ID or the item, I think. Yeah, item is there again. Item, I can log it out. Yeah, so these are dummy functions basically. We'll be creating and customizing them later. And this is also the update status method that I can use. ID here. I can log the ID for now. Now I can grab these icons from the library which is installed. I can grab it one more time. Now it is not giving me that. So I can copy it from this page, like, because the import will be same. You just have to import it from the and design library, this and design slash icons, and the name of the icons which we are using at the bottom, right? So this is it. Let's save it and see if we have any error or not. Okay, did we have any error? Let it compile, and then that will work. It should not take much time. Why it is taking? Okay, okay, so it should be finished. Okay, now it is finished. I can add the dependency of navigate here also to reduce this warning basically. And then what we can do is, yeah, I can also specify the class. I didn't specify the class here. So what was the name of the class? Let me just check it from here. So I specified as card wrapper, maybe to-do list card wrapper, yeah. So I can copy this class because I have to name the same classes which I have copied, right? That's why otherwise the styling will not work. I have to again write the styling, right? That's why. Yep, that's it. Now it's working. You can see. You can see we have this. So this icon, like this card is there, and this is completed. Okay. So okay, maybe is completed as false. I passed it as a false. Did I send it? Okay, is completed as false. Uh, Maybe that I have to check. Basically, we worked on this, like this is working fine. So in the later part, I'll be fixing this error that which says this is completed as true. Why it is saying that? Because we haven't like completed it, right? We just created a new task, right? So that shouldn't be completed. I know why it is coming. Basically, this false string is there, right? So did I not specify boolean there? I think let me just check it. Yeah, you can see we have specified is completed as string, but it is not a string, right? It is a boolean. So it is not a string. That shouldn't be there. Now if I add something, let's say test2. This is test. This is test. It should not. Let me just refresh it. Okay, perfect. Now you can see we have it incomplete. In both of them, it is coming incomplete. Why? Because now we have it as a boolean. Because in this model we created we just copied the text and we forgot to change this as boolean because its completed should be a boolean, right? So this is a little fix that we did and we completed our get part, and now in the next video we'll be working on the edit and the delete part. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.